I have some interesting news. The work car is going to be gone here pretty soon. And what's nice is my company is going to be moving to a stipend type where they give me money and I can go out and get my own car. So you know what that means? We're going to get a sick daily for the channel. Let's go inside and talk about which vehicle should I get when it comes time for a daily driver. So yes, I will be getting a new daily driver probably within the next 6 to 8 months because I'll be getting a corporate stipend, basically, like corporate America does, a corporate stipend to go get a vehicle, and then I could choose whatever I want. But we'll probably utilize and save up a little bit so we can get a nice down payment, maybe pay a little bit of things off, and then go and get a sick daily driver and have two really cool vehicles to showcase on the channel, the Mustang Dark Horse and whatever I decide to choose here. And let me know in the comment section down below after we talk about all these vehicles, let me know which one you think I should get. Now right off the bat, a 2021 BMW XM3 all-wheel drive. Now I don't know if you guys are aware, but these things are absolutely insane. They have the S58 engine in it, or the B, is it the B58 or the S? It's the S. The S58 engine. And the thing is the M3s and M4s are literally a downpipe tuned high 9-second quarter-mile vehicle. And obviously with BMW, it has a really nice interior. Now these weigh a lot more, but it's a work vehicle. It's an SUV, is going to have a lot of good utility. It's going to be a really nice daily driver. I can downpipe tune in E50 fuel, and these things are running low 10s. Now we are going to talk about how these perform, each of these vehicles I should say, how they perform on Dragy, because people have gone through the ropes with all these vehicles, and I just think this is a very top-notch contender. By the time it comes to beginning a work vehicle, I think this is going to be even cheaper, honestly, around 30,000 miles or less. And we're going to have a ton more rate cuts in 6 to 8 months. I think, interest rates are probably going to be 4.5% for a vehicle if you have good enough credit. It is very feasible that not only are all of these vehicles on the list going to be cheaper, but it's going to be cheaper to get a loan on them anyway because of the interest rates. So it's kind of a win-win, and another reason why I think it'd be smart to just pocket that stipend every month and use it for either save the money or go 50-50, spend some money on some bills, pay some stuff off, and then go all in on a really, really sick, cool vehicle for the channel and for work. Now, let's see how these perform on Dragy. So check this out. Just a E50 tune, Stage 3 TCU tune, catted downpipes, exhaust, intakes, coilovers, lighter wheels, and look at this thing. 0 to 60 in 2.45 seconds. The 8th mile, 6.4 at 110, 61, 30, 600, or 6.43, I don't know why I said 600, in a 9-second quarter mile. Now it is gutted, okay? They're heavy, right? You gotta take the seats out. If you're legitimately gonna go out in Mexico and go up against someone, you have to take the seats out. And it doesn't really take that long to take the seats out. It doesn't matter what vehicle it is. It's just 4 bolts, boom, 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 boom. Take them out, put them in the garage, put them in the house real quick. If you're serious about going out and chasing some numbers and winning some races. However, if you don't do that, we can assume that the 0 to 60 would still probably be a 2.6, a 2.7, which is still insane. The 8th mile would probably still be a 6.6 at 108. And then the quarter mile would probably still be like a 10.2 at most at 136. Because this thing's still going to be moving. And the 6130 would probably 6.6, 6.7. That is insane for literally a 4,600 pound or more SUV, not including the driver. That is insane. So again, just a downpipe. They do have intakes, which is fine. I would actually add some more cooling to this. I don't know a lot about the BMW platforms, but if you could do any more cooling, I would probably add that myself. But yeah, just a tune, E50 tune, Stage 3 tune, catted downpipes. That's just insane. Absolutely insane. So to modify these, it costs like $5,000 to get the tune and everything. And then, of course, you probably want to do some wheels and tires and maybe an exhaust. I would imagine a more free-flowing exhaust would help with the catted downpipe, or if in this case, maybe not even a catted downpipe, maybe a catless downpipe for off-road use only, of course. But yeah, these are insane. These are very high on my radar. These are high on my radar if I decide to get rid of the Mustang. These are just dollar for dollar. The coolness factor is there. It's a freaking SUV, and you're slaughtering 99% of the vehicles on the road, especially in the 8th mile. Especially in the 8th mile. And there is an 8th mile track here in town. There is not a lot in town that isn't a purposely built drag vehicle. A purposely built drag vehicle that can beat a 6.42 at 110. I'd be beating literally every street car in town. Now, let's go on to the next vehicle. You guys probably saw this one coming, an Explorer ST. Now, of course, this is nowhere near gonna touch the BMW X3M, okay? We get that. However, these are really cool tuner vehicles. The interiors are okay, you know, you still got a digital display. That matters to me, technology matters to me, heated cooled seats, okay? You know, it is a very spacious, really good capstan chairs in the back. It is 3-row instead of 2-row, so even more utility there. But these vehicles, especially for the price, $38,000, 33,000 miles. Again, these are probably only going to get cheaper, like I mentioned earlier. All these vehicles are going to get cheaper, probably. And, you know, you can modify these pretty well, and they do perform pretty well. Let's check out Draggy. So here we go, Explorer ST, stock tires, all the mods that matter, ZFG Racing LLC tuned. And let's just check out what this run does. 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. That's pretty solid for a ginormous vehicle. 7 seconds at 102 in the 8th. Again, beating a lot of vehicles at my local track. A 10.9 quarter mile. The 60-130 isn't that great. So if you're doing any kind of Mexico stuff, you would obviously be doing digs. All the seats are in it. I don't know if you can see that. So this vehicle can actually run a lot quicker in a serious race in Mexico. Let's go ahead and watch this one down here as well. Go ahead and press play. 60'16", 0 to 62.8. What's it do in the 8th mile? 6.9 at 100. And then quarter mile at 10.8, 60-130, 8.8. Now, doesn't this one do more? Okay, so if there wasn't stock, this vehicle is actually quicker. This Explorer ST is quicker because it's 3 mile an hour almost. Well, let's say 2 mile an hour faster than the bottom one here, but this bottom one runs a better time, probably because of tires. So if you have better tires on this one, it's gonna run a lot better for sure. So this, I mean, it's a pretty solid tuning platform, but it does take a lot of money. I would say, I think it takes like 10 grand, give or take, to get to this kind of level, versus spending a little bit extra money on the BMW X3M and then spending like 5 grand and you've got a missile. Now, again, this one's a lot more practical though, and still a pretty nice vehicle overall. Definitely on my radar. Okay, so this is going to be a quick one because not very many people are tuning these. Schmitty Tunes, or J Schmidt Tunes, the guy that's basically the CTSV and the ATSV god, the twin turbo Cadillac god. He is just now tuning these, the CT4 V Series Blackwings. These are the new twin turbo Cadillac vehicles, and these are very nice vehicles. I actually really like these a lot. They're a little bit heavier than the prior ATS-V gens, but I think they're very good looking vehicles. The interiors are really good. It's a Cadillac. It's got the digital displays, soft comfy seats. There is some utility still with the trunk and putting the seats down. Just overall, it's obviously a really nice place to sit. It's going to have all the bells and whistles. A little bit more expensive than I'd like to say, but I would see these being at least 50K next year with under 30,000 miles. It's got a 10-speed, you know, if we're trying to do some fun stuff, 10-speed is where it's at, not the manual when it comes to racing. So yeah, I mean, these are really nice cars. You're gonna start seeing these more on YouTube and people racing them and seeing them out in the wild. I do believe that someone has gotten these with a tune in E85, a 10.3 in the quarter mile. That's impressive. That's very impressive. It does cost $2,000 to unlock these to be able to tune, so that is kind of unfortunate, but that's okay. E85 tune, and then just a regular tune on top of that, nothing else added. 10.3 in the quarter mile is pretty freaking good. and it's a good looking vehicle. You know, you can do a lot of cool exterior mods to these two to make them look good as well. Yeah, so I definitely on the radar. I kind of want to wait. I'm a little hesitant on it because I want to wait and see what people do with this platform going forward. It's new, but you know, Cadillac, they always forge a lot of the internals of the engine, so that's not really what I'm worried about. I just want to see what the potential of this is with the amount of money it takes to get there. But this one is definitely on my radar. So perhaps the most budget-friendly car, both at price and modifications, is a Golf R. I actually really like the new ones. I think they look really good. A lot of nice exterior lines, and it's more updated. The interiors are actually really nice. The transmission is really good. There's a lot of tech. Modifying these doesn't really cost that much money. Now, it is a 4-pot, it's a 4-banger, so you can only get so much power out of it anyway. But another thing is these cars don't weigh that much. They weigh like 3,200 pounds or something like that, and it's super easy to rip the seats out, make it weigh even less. Launch these all-wheel drive. The utilities there, because it's a hatchback, you can fold the back seats down, or you can just take them out and have even more space for work stuff. So and the gas mileage would be pretty good too. What's the gas mileage? 23 to 30. Even when you modify this, it's gonna stay around the same unless you go hardcore E85. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good candidate for a daily driver. Let's go ahead and check out Dragy and see what people are doing with some basic mods. All right, this says tire and tune Mark 8 Golf R gets into the 10s. A tire and tune. That's it. Tire and tune, nothing else. A 10.9, it does a 697 at almost 100 miles an hour. It's got a good 60 foot, and then does a 10.9 at 123. So, I mean, there's a lot more you can actually do to these vehicles and not even be in the realm of, you know, danger as far as the engine goes. I do believe these make 450 all-wheel horsepower very reliably, and you keep the torque around the same as well. Let me see if there's anything else here while we are going down. I see there's a lot of older Volkswagen cars. Obviously, the Golf R has been around for a very long time, and a lot of people have been building them and doing really well, because it doesn't really cost that much to build these things. Now, hey, a 755-6130 in this car is pretty impressive. That is faster than a Hellcat. That is faster than I think a Lamborghini Huracan. I think they do high 7s somewhere in there, or even around this too. So I mean, that's as fast as a Lamborghini Huracan. It doesn't look like there are any others. Mark 7. See, a lot of Mark 7s. A lot of people aren't playing with the Golf R for the Mark 8s. Now, this is a stock Golf R, 780 to 87. Man, I mean, that's impressive. That's impressive. Just stock. That's pretty impressive. So I think that this would be a great vehicle too. See, look here. How's my 0 to 60? 450-ish horsepower. This is a 2017. So 0 to 62 in 3.39 seconds. That's not that bad. That's not that bad. That means 0 to 60 would be probably 3.28, something like that. Maybe knock off an extra second. But these cars are definitely sleepers. You have to full bolt on E85 these cars, and then if you want to go any farther, you have to build the engine. As far as I'm aware, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm talking about the new Mark 8 Golfs. There's not a lot of them out here. This is, let's see, this says 440 wheel. That's a Focus ST. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, there's not much out there, but you saw the tire and tune only did a 10.9. Great miles per gallon, great price for the vehicle, low cost for modifications. Overall, like literally a tire and tune, and you're doing a 10.9. That's pretty freaking good. I would do a lot of more cooling mods, make sure the car's happy. But yeah, I mean, you're gonna see more about these. People are gonna start building these. They're gonna be around, and they're gonna be tearing the streets up, stoplight to stoplight for sure. Now, there's one last vehicle on the list that will probably get everyone's attention and will probably be the #1 choice for me to get and to build on the channel. You might have guessed it. It's a V8 F-150 all-wheel drive, or 4-wheel drive, what do you want to say. You can buy these new for like $40,000, and they all come standard with some very good tech. It's kind of wild. You know, the all digital dash, digital, you know, middle display here. Now, you can't tune these yet. You can't tune these yet. But you could throw a Whipple on it. Like, look at that. $42,000, brand new, 4-wheel drive, automatic, 5.0. You can put a Whipple on it for 10K. Call it a day. Call it a day. Maybe do some kind of like weight loss mods. I don't even know how the hell you do that on a truck. It'd be my first truck, especially my first truck build for sure. But yeah, like seriously. And we already know what these trucks can do. Seriously, twin turbos. People do twin turbos all the time. But it doesn't really matter what power adder you put on these things because of the 4-wheel drive and the robust Coyote 5.0 engine. This thing is a monster. It just is a monster. It is one of the most menacing vehicles on the street when powered with a, you know, any kind of boost. It's just absolutely insane. But just for a refresher, let's go over it. Okay, twin turbo 2023, 5.26. Now you must be able to tune the 2023s. I might need to look into that. Stock motor, 16 psi on 3, 4.96. Here's another. Let's see. Here's another twin turbo F-150, 60 to 130. Jesus. Like, this is ridiculous. Another one, 4.89. So check this out. Here's a VMP supercharged, ginormous truck, right? 0 to 60, 2.47 seconds. And this is a 2018, mind you. 8th mile, 6.37 at 111. Quarter mile, 9.88 at 139. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. So I wouldn't, you know, gosh, 3.98. That is insane. I wouldn't be, you know, surprised if all you guys said, hey, you should probably get a truck and just rip that bitch. Like, I understand it. I really do. These things are insane. Insane. Look, just a full, just F-150 full weight platinum swapped grocery getter. It still does a 10.55 in the quarter mile. And you got to remember, 0 to 60s are fun too. 2.76 seconds 0 to 60. Look at the G-forces. That would be so much fun to launch. Even though it kind of dies up top, that's okay. There's ways to fix that. Here's a Whipple F-150 4x4 stock motor trans Whipple. 6 rib and not even on the smallest pulley, and it's been faster. Like, that's insane. I mean, it's Hero DA, but that's still a 5-second 6130 no matter what. If that's 2000, it's still going to be like 5.8. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What should I get for a worked vehicle, and also be a cool build on the channel as well that you guys can follow along with. I'm excited to get something else, to build something else, all along still building the Mustang Dark Horse as well, because we're not done with that. We still have to put the headers on, and then we still have to get boost for that too, but that will be coming. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Which vehicle should I get overall as a work vehicle and a cool vehicle to bring to the channel? That's it with me. I'll see you guys in the next one.